So that thing really, it can isumbua in my heart. Like you feel there's something in your heart that is bothering you a lot. Kabisa. Yeah. And that night I didn't hata sikulala vizuri. I couldn't sleep. So in the morning, I don't know, I was going somewhere. So I called my best friend. Tell her, Mungu ameniambia hivi na hivi na hivi. She started crying. God, she's like, Akianano, what do you... Akinimanza kusikia kulia. She's like, Akianano, what do you mean? I'm like, And then at that point, I made a decision. That is what I'm going to do. And for some weird reason, nilipata peace. Yani, I was so relaxed. I felt... So after nimemwambia na nimedecide, that's when I talk to him and tell him, by the way, after I'm telling him from a point of, I don't know what he's going to say. Because it's me who has had whatever, I've had him, hajui anything. So I go talk to him, I'm like, ni aje sasa unajua, mi God ameniambia, all our savings that we have, we give to him. So he's like, well, it's okay. Kaivo ndo Mungu amesema, ni sawa. I mean, we cannot... That's why I say having a godly man or a man who believes in God is also something important, because looking at it from a point of the world, you need all the money that you can gather at that particular point. And then you hearing your voices in your head telling you to give that money to the church. What is that?
So I remember when she told me that, and then I was easy. I was like, okay, I don't mind the giving. Like, I mean, this money, Aitoshi hata ni God amesema, and God is not a man, he does not lie. Then, in fact, there's a time I had a conversation now with my dad. So see, now we're doing the planning, and I tell my dad, and my dad tells me a story of when I was born. So he was like,
where were you born?
So where was I born?
Where were you born? Where were you born?
So
where were you born?
He's like, at that time.
Tell the people where you were born.
At that time, he, the government decided that the biggest maternity hospital would be free.
Which maternity hospital is that?
Free for service.
People need to understand this.
Wataelewa. Sasa, and that's where I was booked for kuzaliwa. So when when everything happened, blah blah blah, it was so ilikuwa like it was busy, kulikuwa na watu wengi, so haikuwa the most ideal place kuzaliwa. Yeah. But then just before I got born, the government changed everything. Yeah. And decided that guys were going to pay. Were going to pay like a certain fee or something. So hospitali ikaenda ikafanywa revamping and everything, blah blah blah. Nini. Then there was April. So after imeshafanywa revamping, there was April. So nimeenda nimezaliwa, and on that morning yenye nimezaliwa, babangu akaenda kupay, and yeye alikuwa ameshapeana all the money that he had for some church mission. God alikuwa put it in his heart akapeana for some church mission. So on the very same day that I was going to get born, the government reversed its decision. So my dad paid 18 shillings in hospital. So he told me, God will always honor you listening to his word. So you is worry. So if initially I didn't have any worry, but you got to like a reassurance.
And we didn't even have any money at that point. And the wedding was like in 2 months away. I'm telling you, that was difficult.
So tushapeana, tuko hapo kwa place ya. Yeah. And then yeye ako like mazemi staki group.
Yeah.
Mi sijui kuomba. Me, I'm an only child. I've always gotten everything.
Not
staki
quite.
Sijui kuomba. So hii mambo ya group, I don't understand it. Mi niko like, okay, ni sawa. Mimi on the other hand, I'm a community child. mimi niko na wasee,
Nataka
niko na wasee wananiambia mbona hujafungua group?
I want to bless your marriage.
I want to bless your marriage.
I want to be blessed by giving to you.
I want to give you in marriage. So niko tu like okay, sawa. So we opened the group,
which I was very reluctant.
Alikuwa reluctant about it, but we opened it and okay, money starts coming in. But now the miracle of the whole wedding happens a week to our wedding.
But even before it goes there, I think you also need to highlight the fact that it was not easy at first, because you've given not only savings. And then like he'd go to the group yao ya nyumbani anaulizwa, how much money do you have? You and your wife, how much money do you have? Hey. Right now, his mom and his dad, they know. But everyone else has.
And then my mom and my dad were like, usiseme hiyo story.
Usiseme hiyo story.
Utaanza kuambia watu unaenda kufanya wedding alafu umechizi umeenda kupeana pesa yote. Wewe tu hii story nyamaza. Na unaambia watu unataka ku have wedding Windsor.
It was difficult. And then I think at that point is when you learn the virtue of faith and also patience.
And just to add on it, on the same day that we give out the money, the same day, I'm leaving the meeting. Now the planning meeting with my family. Napanda mat pale kwa stage. Mazee nikadiwe ile thing.
Ile afunga mlango. Kuna kitu imeanguka kwa mlango. Imeenda kwa nyuma.
Simu yangu ikaenda hiyo siku. Same day. Nilienda kwa nyumba niliambia God, wewe hii ni mambo gani? On this, like, first tushakupa everything. Hawezi buy simu ingine. Natoa wapi simu? Niko out of. In fact, I remember that time kwa meeting. Wako like, kwa hii pesa inakuja, wacha tuchukue kidogo, tupatie. Because everyone knew how, you know how we attach to our phones right now. And this phone I had saved for a while. And then mimi mtu wa research, nimepiga research. Kila kitu imeingia na vizuri. I sent my cousin Dubs, akaniletea simu. So yani, and then now every plan for the wedding, because mimi nilikuwa nimesha plan wedding by your time. Nilikuwa nisha plan, najua vendors, najua nini, najua budgets. It's just meeting the budgets. Everything is there on that phone.
Also wimba, so he had also some songs there.
Songs, lyrics, nini. So nilikuwa nasikia mase. Aso amendu ile thing. Na hiyo siku yenyewe break down. I literally nilifuata hiyo simu. Nilichukua Uber, nafuata hiyo mat kumbe ishapiga nini, nimeenda town na ni time za curfew. Tunafika town tunaona tu cops. Msewa Uber amerudi, tukarudi tena Thika Road. But anyway, eventually ikaenda. So now that's happened. So now we are zero. From that day, nikasema hata si plan anymore. Like I'm not doing any planning. I already did the planning has gone. Money tushapeana, so we don't have money for the wedding. We are now just trusting the group to raise the funds.
No, we're trusting God.
We're trusting God, of course, but now we are like believing that He's going to use people. Because God does not do anything unless the utilization of man. So we're like, okay, God had to use wasi to give for this wedding. So we go on. So now, of course, pressure, tunatafuta locations, government inafunga hii siku, wana accept, wanasema huwezi fanya wedding in public. So kuna hizo changes mobs zenye zina happen, which of course zina to affect family. Wanataka have the wedding, hold the entire wedding in church. Or kuna wase wana push for that. Kuna wengine you are mtu wa church, where you can do kwanza wewe huwezi tufanya wedding yako kwa garden, like kuna hii yenye mnataka. So then now what happened was, like a week to the wedding, we don't have a venue.
And then what he does is taking me to another wedding.
Koja kwanza. Okay. A week to the wedding, we don't have a venue. A week to the wedding.
We don't have a venue.
We don't have a venue. We've not confirmed. I've talked to the vendors and everyone. Nimewaambia, like, nimeblock hiyo day that nobody else can book.
Actually, not a week to the leo ni sato, harusi ni next week.
Me faith yangu nimeshasema, these people hawatachukuliwa on that day for any other wedding. Nani ni August, everybody anafanyanga harusi hiyo time. So nimewablock. in spirit. Na ukweli wajabukiwa. So I'm pushing on making the final decision. How on the other hand anaangalia tu group 10 bob, 20 bob. Hizi zinafika budget yenye tunaangalia budget iko huko main budget ya Kenya mnataka iko juu 1.3 ama sijui iko ngapi. Asifiki aoni kifika.
And then this guy's like, I want this tent. So the tent he wants is about, is it 200,000? Is it?
200, almost 300,000.
300,000. Niko like, kwa group tuko na hii pesa, haitoshi. What do you want us to do?
So that week, we attend Eric's wedding. You know Eric? So me nimembeba tunaenda wedding Eric. Eric was my student when he was in high school. Nilimtrain drama. So like I can't miss his wedding. In fact, yeye ndo angefanya our wedding video if angekuwa honeymoon. So niko like siezi hata wedding Eric. So tunaenda yameja. Ako tu like mnaendaje wedding? Ya wenyewe atuja book venue, we need to go look. Confirm these other places. Sijui Eric. Wona nipeleka tu harusi. So tumeenda kwa harusi yako na feelings. So tumetoka, then we had like an appointment with one vendor who was offering to give us everything all in one place. The grounds, the nini kila kitu. Food, tent, everything. So we go there and meet them. Then the owner of the nini comes. So one or two force like just take the premium package for nini, for deco ni. Yeah, ako tu hapo calculation. Ni premium?
No.
Hii premium package? No.
That's 20,000.
That's 20,000 more. No. Food kwanza amesema, hii food kata. Chukua the lowest. Hatuwezi chukua the highest. Tent, chukua hii hexagon hii tent ya kawaida ya wase. Mimi niko tu like ebe atakaje na hexagon tent.
Sasa hapa now here is when you see the difference between the Kikuyu na Mjaluo. Kikuyu work bare minimum. Bora vitu zifanyike. Yeah, he's there.
Mimi niko like this is
Sasa
what I want.
hapo ndo nakasirika because him faith yake iko huko, what he wants iko huko, but pesa.
So this lady tells us, don't come it is what it is. Tunachukua premium package, God atasupply hiyo. Aka agree. The minute aka agree, mnene akasema you've done really well because you know it's our 10th year anniversary and we were looking for a couple that we wanted to sponsor or give our package, and this package that we want to give mngechukua deko yenye iko chini ingekaa mbaya kwa hii place. So this tent that you really want, there was somebody else who was booking it, but hebu mpigie mwambie it's been taken. So I'm going to give you this tent at the price of ile hexagon. We're going to cut this and this.
What's
and
the name
this.
of that tent?
Ephraim. It's an Ephraim tent. So we're going to give you this. In fact, the tent is already set up. It's there. Blah blah blah. We're going to give you this and this and this and this. Tofanya set deco and kila kitu charge.
He's forgetting
blah, blah,
something. Blah. He cried when he had that.
I did not cry. I just
was like
you got to like, oh God.
I'm looking at him like it was such a big deal because that's the tent he wanted all along, and you are getting it for the root of Izo hexagon.
So like it was like almost 150,000 plus.
Yeah.
Ime slash you off. Akatupatia, which now brings us back into.
We need to mention almost it's
Eden's garden. So it called like that goes in India right into almost what we have.
Yeah.
Food is perfect. Kila kitu iko poa. Knowing people niko nishapewa like hata DJ Sadiq alikuwa amenioffer ku DJ kwa wedding, but I had to go with MC who alikuwa na DJ kwenye pia amenikatia price. Like alitukatia price to incredible. Alitoa budget yake from 60-70,000 to 15k like kila kitu ilikuwa tu inaslashiwa. So now when we're leaving tuko kwa mat, something in me tells me just calculate how much you've saved from what was your initial budget to what now is your current budget. Like something just told me. So nikamwambia piga hiyo calculation. ikikuja it comes to exactly, it was +1 shilling of what we gave out.
Not what you give God.
What we give, yeah. Like it was just clear, like this is just God. This is God, and this is just how He works. 1 week to the wedding. Unajua mimi ebe sikuenda kuangalia, sikuenda kucheki deko ati ndo deko yenye nenda kuchagua sijui nini. Mimi nilikuwa nimejipanga. Nilitrust tu sasa, niko tu like whatever is going to happen, God has ordained it. These are the colors we've chosen, blah blah blah. Itakuwa tu sawa. And it just was amazing. Kila mtu anaongeanga wale wasi, like now people from our family like, "Masi, you wedding?" I remember there's some time we went to Kenyatta. Mom works at Kenyatta, and like her colleagues had come, and there was one guy alikuwa like, "Hey bana, mimi niliona hiyo wedding yenu nikaona tu shamba." Naona tu shamba. Hii ni shamba. Mlieka shamba kwa harusi wajaluo nyinyi. So it was that, but behind it all, it was just God. So eventually now after the wedding, we ended up now, because we had given everything. So when we didn't even have a plan for
Even the wedding night, we didn't even have a
plan. We didn't have the plan for the wedding night. We didn't have the plan for the honeymoon. Like we just knew these things were going to happen. On the day of our engagement in church, someone from church came, and I know her. She's a good lady. So she comes and she's like, I didn't know you're marrying my friend's daughter, and you're also my son. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah, but unajua mi pia nakuanga agent. So if you guys want honeymoon, nini, I got you, nini. So I have to naangaliana tuko tu like, nataka pesa. Enye sahi hatuna. So we were just pushing those things. But so on that same day now we had booked for the night. We had put something little just for the 2 nights. But just from the giving that came through on that day of the wedding, we sought honeymoon, we sought vitu za hao, we sought like almost everything like we have right now in our house came from our wedding.